So again, my assignment here was to look at the fall of Rome, and I've decided to use a website that my friend gave me, and I'm looking at that website through Skitch, because what Skitch allows me to do is to annotate right on top of the website, so I don't have to print it out and write all over it and waste paper. Or what I can do is I can write right on top of that website. So I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still interacting with the text, still kind of reading it and writing on top of it to interact with it. And then I'm going to transfer those thoughts onto Cornell Notes. You don't have to use Cornell Notes for your note-taking strategy, but I happen to like Cornell Notes, so that's what I'm going to do. But that's another time. Right now, we're going to look at Skitch and how to use Skitch to annotate our web sources. So I'm looking at this website, again, that my friend gave me. I'm going to start reading it. I'm going to kind of do a stream of consciousness. I'm just going to basically talk what's going on in my brain, and hopefully that will help you guys when you are doing the same thing, the same annotation process of your web sources, okay? So here I am on Skitch. I'm looking at this website, okay? And I'm going to just try to see if there's anything here right on this first page that's useful. So it says right here, there's this beginning. It says the year 2005 began with an interesting choice by the editors of the New York Times. The first op-ed of the year was a long essay by Jared Diamond called "The Ends of the World as We Know Them." Diamond won the Pulitzer Prize for his nonfiction book Guns, Germs, and Steel, and later in 2005 he published Collapse: How Societies Choose to Fail or Succeed. I'm just going to maybe highlight that because maybe I want to take a look at that later on. So I'm going to actually, in the lower right-hand corner, it says Snap. And what that means is I'm taking a screenshot of this website. Okay, now that I've taken a screenshot, Skitch gives me a couple of options. I can do a couple of different things. I can do arrows. Okay, if I click on that right thing, I can do arrows, smiley faces, give myself, I can write text, I can draw shapes. I want to actually use the highlighter right now. I want to make sure that I am highlighting, and it says, I want to again highlight what I think I want to look at later. It's Guns, Germs, and Steel, and How Societies Choose to Fail or Succeed. Great. Cool. Now I'm done. I'm going to keep reading. Diamond's op-ed offers analysis of why civilizations collapse. It's an essay obviously intended to ask, what does our civilization have? What it takes to survive? In the opening paragraph, he says, in this fresh year, with the United States seemingly at the height of power, the start of new presidential terms, Americans. So nothing much more here on this. Just to help myself out, I'll draw a little bit of arrow here. Whoops, this way. Okay, and I'm going to tell myself, well, yeah, books to look at later. Okay, I'm done with that. Now I'm done. And what I can do now, okay, so I can just save it. I just press save on the bottom. And then I'm going to just save it right onto my photos. Okay, now that I've saved my photos, I can always go back to that later. I'm going to go to the next page. So start new. So I'm going to look at the next page now and see if there's anything more that I want to sketch. So again, if I want to do that, same process. I'm going to press snap when I'm ready, and then I'm going to annotate. So just take a look at this. Again, follow my train of thought, my stream of consciousness, and we'll see if there's anything important here that we want to look at. So, how long can American remain ascendant? Well, that's a long word, ascendant. Ascend, I know the word ascend, that means to go up like a mountain. So it looks like, how long can America maybe go up? Yeah, it's not going to go up a mountain, so ascend, go up, sounds about right. How long can America remain going up? Where will we stand the next 10 years from now, or even next year? Okay. Right. Diamond goes on, such questions seem especially appropriate this year. History warns us that when once powerful societies collapse, they tend to do so quickly and unexpectedly. That shouldn't come as much of a surprise. Peak power usually means peak population, peak needs, and hence peak vulnerability. Well, that makes sense. That's interesting. So peak power means peak population. That means a lot of people. Peak is like the top of a mountain, so peak isn't like the highest number of people and the highest number of peak needs, highest number of needs, and the highest vulnerabilities. Okay, that sounds like that might be something I want to take down. So again, I'm going to snap, I'm going to annotate. Okay, so now I'm on page 2, and I'm going to highlight this peak needs, peak vulnerability, and peak population. Okay, I want to highlight that. Personally, I like highlighting it. So I'm going to highlight peak power, peak population, peak needs, and peak vulnerability. Cool, I'm going to keep reading. So it says, Diamond tells the stories of a few past civilizations that have collapsed and rapidly disappeared, like the Mayan of the Yucatan, the Polynesian societies in Henderson, and the Picardian, not sure how to pronounce that, islands of the tropical Pacific Ocean, I can't pronounce it, Anansai of the American Southwest, ancient societies of the Fertile Crescent, Kilmer at Angkor Wat, Mochi Society of Peru, among others. So it looks like there's a lot have collapsed rapidly, really quickly, or a lot of big civilizations fell apart pretty quick. So I get that. Let me write that down. We'll summarize that. There we go. Put this right here. So lots of societies collapse quickly. Got it. So what I'm going to do next now is keep going and keep reading and see if there's anything else I want to highlight. So it says here, Diamond then offers a long list of other societies that followed a different trajectory and survived for very long periods. In Japan, Tonga, Topeka, okay, a lot of countries. So collapse is not inevitable. Collapse is a result of choices. Ooh, that's important. So let me highlight that. There we go. Collapse is not inevitable. Collapse is a result of choices. Great. He asserts that collapse results from 5 interwoven factors. Looks like I'm about to look at what those are. 5 interwoven factors, and I'm going to go back to that. Okay. Let me do an arrow, because it looks like that might be important. Oops. Yeah. Oops. Delete. We'll go this way. Yep. Here we go. Collapse from 5 interwoven chapter. Yep. There we go. Cool. All right. Let me save this.